Hello and welcome everybody to 1982. Craig Stadler won the Masters. Speaking of golf, I just played in a charity tournament and I really choked, really struggled. You know how when golf beats you up, you're just like, ugh, I don't care anymore. Forget about glass half full. It's like, why is there even a glass? Why is there so much fluid? There's just, the glass is too big. There's too much liquid in there. Who wants to drink that anyway? You know that feeling? I don't know, but that's how you feel sometimes when golf beats you up. Even when you hit an okay shot, it's just like, here we go again. Lucky shot. You know how it gets you down sometimes? In the 80s, 1982, MacGregor came out with this. Persimmon. Where's the technology? With E.T. coming out in Hollywood, Steven Spielberg, Thriller, Michael Jackson's just like, let's make wooden persimmons. So looking at these, it's hard to see much of a difference at all. You'll notice the M65 and the M85 look almost exactly the same. They both have, it looks like the exact same size head, plus or minus, a millimeter. And the only difference that I can tell playing with these is that the M65 seems to have a less stiff flex shaft, all right? So the M85 has a stiff flex shaft. The M65 seems to have more of a regular flex shaft. But other than that, they look so similar. Same groove pattern you can see, same screw pattern, same insert. They just look so similar. So to me, I remember the M85 being a little bit knucklebally, low spinny, and pretty stiff. So the 64 hopefully will be a little bit more forgiving. And having a look at that, you can see here, it does say MacGregor. It does say the M65W, which I think is mostly just shaft, and then Matic, which is referring to that face insert. So we have the 4-screw sole and plate, which is very 80s. The 50s versions have a 5-screw sole plate. And then you can see it does say oil hardened here. Bore through head right here. You can see the shaft coming out on this side. Pinned, serial number there. Spin around here. No visible weights in the aft portion. Very clean skirt there. Face, the 131 groove pattern, 6-screw face insert. They call it deep face. I think that's mostly marketing at this stage because there are faces that are deeper. However, some of the original 50s clubs were pretty shallow, but to each their own, I guess. To me, that looks like a pretty normal face, not super deep. Plain top line, you can see the face insert showing through the crown here. Look at that lovely wood grain. We have some whipping. This one's it's collected some fibers over the years. It's just an old club. Stepped shaft. True temper. What does it say? True temper dynamic. And then we have a victory grip here. Golf Pride victory grip. So it is a Persimmon driver. And I need to preface this with, I really struggled at a charity tournament. So I was out at the range. I was just kind of like, feeling a little bit pessimistic. Let's watch that range footage now. It's MacGregor 65W. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Solid persimmon. Relatively modern. It was towards the end of the persimmon era. We have just such a lovely club here. So let me tee this up way higher than I need to. Oh, that's so high. All right, so just some quick thoughts about this club. Number one, it's tiny. And this shaft is shorter than my modern driver, but it looks like it's forever. It's like forced perspective. This looks like it's a mile away. I mean, it's so small on the end of this really long stick. It's a solid persimmon, so it's a beautiful piece of wood down there. It's just you need binoculars to see it. So there's some bag wear right here on the shaft as well. So I can't even imagine the selling point, of these clubs. It's like, do you feel like your driver is too forgiving? When you look at your driver head, is it too big? Do you want something smaller and less forgiving and recalcitrant?
join us with the 65W. You know, that's what it feels like. Look at this thing. The grip is old, it's an old Victory grip, but it's not offensive. Let's take a swing with this and see how a duffer handles this lovely piece of wood here. Oh my gosh, why do I even try this? Who invented this game? It's ridiculous. We'll just tee that up again and pretend that didn't happen. Should I tee it up higher? I need a bigger head, MacGregor. What's up with it? No, but this is the standard that all other clubs are measured by. Like wide body, Callaway compared to what? These 65Ws. I can't hit this thing. That was high on the face. Let's find a new tee to break. All right. So, to me, I always say like there are some clubs that everybody should hit. Not own or game necessarily, but try. This is one of them. Like with the discussions of oversized head, what does that mean? People look at oversized heads and they're like, these aren't oversized, because we're all used to 460 cc's. But back in the day, I mean, hit one of these, get a good look at one of these. There's a lot going on here. Get a good look at one of these and just try to hit one. And then when you go back to your driver, you're going to stop complaining about mishits or forgiveness. You'll be like, no, this is okay. My life isn't so bad. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can connect with one of these. Oh yes, thank you. Okay, that was out of the screws. It was worth it, the whole video. Look at that. Carry that 200-yard marker, whatever that is, probably 180, don't know. There'll be some data at the end. Wow, talk about appreciation. Like this is the standard. This is it.
All right, we're going to replace pessimism with persimmonism, okay? So in reality, like I hit those pretty well. I hit this pretty well, all things considered. So in the simulator, I think I mishit one. It is a small head. It does require, for me, a little bit extra effort in staying very consistent with my swing. I'm not just going to cut loose and swing as hard as I can. This, to me, is a top contender for an early 80s driver, more so than the M85. The M85 seemed a little harsh, a little knucklebally, low spinny. This one, to me, feels better. Not perfect. If I were building a MacGregor set, yes, absolutely. Represent, or, just as a way of comparison, you might want to play like a Ben Hogan speed slot. This is actually a deep face one. Can you see that? I'm not sure if it's going to show up very well, but the Ben Hogan has a big old head on it, big old face on it. And to me, I've hit a lot of good shots with this driver, so I feel very confident with it. This one I would do. I would survive, okay? I keep saying this, one of these years I'm going to have time to do a course vlog. So yes, I would absolutely play this. I feel like this, maybe more so than the Hogan, represents your average Persimmon driver. Small, compact, very deliberate in what it brings to the table when you're as a modern individual. So we have access to 460cc heads. We have access to everything that came out all the way back to the Persimmon era. And playing this today is a choice to be very focused and represent your average Persimmon driver. And I think that is key in life. Like I talk about things that I feel like all golfers need. All golfers need to know what it feels like to hit a blade. Those pure shots, just being like, oh wow, it feels amazing. Or hitting a low spin driver and just watching it drop out of the sky and being like, oh, this isn't for me, or just getting extra distance and being like, oh, I do have a really high swing speed and I have too much spin. Maybe a low spin driver is for me. Another one is this, the 65W. This represents, back in the day it was the model 69. Either way, just Your average Persimmon driver, everybody should hit one of these, in my opinion. Borrow one from a friend, I don't know. Figure it out. Buy one on eBay, I don't know. But hit one of these and you'll appreciate your modern driver a lot more after you hit one of these. But when you hit them sweet, oh, it feels so good. So yes, everything. I want to build a set around this. To me, the final thing I want to say is, to me, this is more playable than like the 50s versions. The 50s versions are so old. They're supposed to be made out of older wood, which is supposed to be easier to work on and have a longer life. But when it comes to like playing something, I'm not worried about the value. I'm way more comfortable playing a Persimmon from the 80s than from the 50s. That's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts about the M65W and the 1982 line of MacGregor drivers. As usual, thank you to all the people on Patreon who support this channel. I really appreciate your support. Another way you can support this channel is by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you everybody for watching. There's going to be a little bit of data here at the end. I am the Vintage Golfer.